What up, 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 what the fuck is up? Happy New Year, happy 2020. It's your boy Unkasa. You tuning in for episode 28 of Unkasa True Hip Hop Stories. Thank you for the subscriptions, the likes, the merch, the donations. Very appreciative. Thank you for just tuning in, rocking with me, coming to get some of these pies I'm serving. If you don't understand what pies acronym is, it's positive internet energy, and I'm serving pies over here. If you want positive internet energy, come over to this platform and just listen to a couple of dope stories that I encountered in my lifetime. This is the part of the show where I shout out my sponsors, shout out to Bel Air, shout out to my guys over at Godspeed, the dope hoodie. This reflector on the back is crazy. Shout out to Godspeed, all my guys out in Queens, GTM, Queens get the money. Shout out to my boys out there. Shout out to my flavor sponsor, my dude that's over at Sunny Packs. He keep me laced up with the good flavors. Anytime he drop a new flavor, he make sure he drop it off to me. So thank you. I'm very appreciative. Before we get into today, I want to send a big shout out to our troops, to the U.S. troops, whether you the Marines, the Navy, the Army, Coast Guard, or whatever. If you going out to Iran and in the Middle East to fight this war that we're about to get into, you're very appreciative, and I just want to salute y'all, man. So from Unkasa and the good folks over here at Unkasa True Hip Hop Stories, salute to the troops. Now, this episode is episode 28, which I'll be dedicating to my best friend, my brother, a family member, Juelz Santana. Free Juelz Santana. Congratulations on your new son, Santana. Shout out to little Juelz, Bella, little Juju, my dad, twin, the whole family, the whole James family, the whole family. I don't want to say miss no names, so I'm gonna just say the whole entire family. And this episode is called Juelz Santana Notorious Movie Night. So, for all you slow motherfuckers, roll up. Here's a lighter. I don't want to hear it. Pass me my blue lighter back. That's why I made it blue today, so I can peep y'all motherfuckers that got my lighter. So, here's a lighter. Roll up. Get your coffee, your juice, or whatever you drink, and let's get ready. So, back in '09, when we started the Skull Gang movement, me and Juelz had a conversation, and he was like, yo, when we start dropping this music, we're going to have to do things that make people interested in y'all. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have to be doing the dopest shit ever, and it's just going to give us a look. And once we start doing a few things that people fucking with, they going to fuck with us all the way. So I'm like, I'm with it. So we took little blueprints from BMF. Shout out to Big Meech. We knew we had to throw events. You know what I'm saying? And if y'all know it or not, Juelz invested a lot of time and money in the Skull Gang movement and project. So Juelz was always known for throwing some of the dopest basketball games in the hood, little tournaments, and his prizes that he was giving away was top-notch shit. Louis Clutch bags, watches from Burt, the the jeweler out in Jersey, 80-inch TVs, Xboxes, PlayStation, gift cards, money, anything you can name or think of that somebody would give away as a prize, Juelz gave it away as a gift. And to celebrate, when there's a lot of black folks around in one spot, they try to ban whatever we do. So, the 30th precinct, they really stopped us from doing them in the park, Carmenville's playground, which is known as the Battlegrounds on 151st in Amsterdam. So I think one year they took like $10,000 worth of champagne from Juelz. But this is a story that I'm just letting y'all know how much he did for me and the ones around him and others. You know what I'm saying? Juelz always invested in whoever he was around or whoever was around him. So we're going to just get into a little story about the Notorious movie night. So, we had, through a successful cookout, as well as birthday parties for Juelz, but we threw a successful cookout which was at the boat basin in Palisades, like by Palisades Parkway. We had the whole 9W shut down. There was so many people. No fights, no arguments. The dice game went up to about 45,000. Everything you can name to eat. We ain't have a hot dog and hamburger cookout. We had shrimps, lobster, tilapia, seafood salad, anything you can, linguine, anything you can think of, rice, orange, big orange dispensaries of any liquor, Coca-Cola, anything that you can think of was there. We had snow cones and cotton candy for the kids. It was crazy. But after throwing a big event like that, you gotta come with it after that. So after else threw that cookout, it started getting cold, you know, going towards the winter of '09 and shit. And one day we was in Juelz man cave, which he called the Cherry Lounge. He had an extra room inside his bedroom, which he designed as a man cave, and you could climb up a little ladder, push the door up, and you in a whole nother world. All red room, red carpet and white leather Italian furniture. It's about a 60, maybe a 60-inch TV, you know, studio equipment. It was his man cave, and that's where we would chill at from time to time, just, you know, just to bounce ideas and stuff like that. So one day we in the room, and a trailer for the Biggie movie come on. I swore I seen light bulbs over this man's head when he looked. We just looked at each other. He cut the music down, put the TV on pause. He be like, yo, I'm renting out the theater for that movie, man. I'm getting on that shit now. I'm like, you for real? He's like, yo, that's our next event, the movie night. So I'm like, yo, niggas ain't do shit like this in years. So he jumped on his phone. He called Yandy. He was like, yo, Yandy, look at one of the biggest theaters. I need a big theater. I need to book the whole theater for the Biggie movie night. Jump on board with me. So she's like, I bet. So Yandy, they calling all over, looking for the movie theater to book it out, making sure that the date we can book out the whole theater. Juelz got on the phone with somebody that he knew that can get us a catering license, like a one-day liquor license, so everybody that's at the function can have a good time drinking champagne or whatever they drink. And we had this guy named B-Mo that used to get liquor on a discount, so everything was like falling into place. Like, yo, we get in the theater. Later on that day, Juelz like, yo, we got the theater. So I'm like, bet. So he's like, yo, let's get your list. Get your list together. It's going to be limited tickets for the artists to give to people to come watch it with us, but I'm going to make sure everybody got at least 10 tickets. So I'm like, I bet that's enough. All I was inviting was the dopest females in the city and a few of my dudes. We getting everybody together, getting the lists, and it's about to go down. We're about to throw one of the illest movie nights ever. So I think Els probably bought 30, maybe 40 cases of every liquor you could think of. And it comes to the movie night. Now, the lobby of the movie theater is fucking packed with nothing but beautiful girls and baller niggas. You look to your side, you look to your side, you see Angie Martinez, DJ Enough, Mano, Jim Jones. Everybody was out that night. Everybody, if you was a bad bitch or a baller nigga and you wasn't at Juelz Notorious movie night, you missed out. So the lobby lit. Now it's time for everybody to enter the theater, everybody getting in their seats. And every row of the movie theater had bottles of champagne, Patron, Hennessy, ice, and ice cups. And you know what I'm saying? All the bare necessities you need to, like, basically the movie theater was set up like a fucking club, right? Juelz had liquor stacked on stacked on stacked on stacked on stacked. The liquor might have been damn near just as high as the screen. That's how many boxes of liquor we needed about 15 to 20 guys just to bring the liquor in. You know what I'm saying? So Juelz was like, the day before that, he was like, yo, we gonna drop one of the videos as a trailer. We gonna drop the videos before the trailers of the movie start coming on. So I was like, yo, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? That's a good way how to break our videos and shit, because, you know, we was all over World Star and all that shit. So we had been shooting mad videos with Jordan Towers and Scenario. I got to talk to you too, Jordan. I don't like the light that you keeping my brother in. It's disrespectful, and we looked at you bigger than that, Jordan, but we're getting that to another time, because this ain't nothing but positive internet energy over here. But we had made up our mind that we wanted to premiere a video too, so we dropped the Body Like a Maserati video for the like, we premiered the Body of the Maserati video before the Biggie movie came on. So the fucking theater is turning into a party now. I'm in the middle of the aisle, singing my rhyme. Everybody standing on their chairs. Niggas is partying. Now it's looking like a party. Niggas looking on the screen like, oh shit, y'all got the Body Like a Maserati, because Body Like a Maserati was one of the biggest songs off the Skull Gang Takeover joint. So when we dropped the video, it was just crazy. Girls turning into Maseratis and shit like that. We was flat fresh to death in the video. It was just it was just an experience you had to be there for. Now everything, the video goes off, the Body Like a Maserati video go off, everybody start to calm down, get settled in, start sitting in their seats. And like I said, every row had champagne and Patron for everybody that was there. So everybody getting settled in their chairs or whatever. Niggas ran out of chairs to sit in. It was so many people that came out for that night. Somebody went to the basement of the movie theater. They started bringing up benches, like would be in bleachers. They start bringing like bleacher benches up, putting them in like the middle of the row. So now you got probably like 10 to 15 benches in the middle of the row. Now everybody is just settling down. All you hear is before the movie came through, all through the movie from beginning to end, you heard the nothing but bottles popping, because I'm telling you, it was like 30 to 40 cases of everything that you can name. So now, the Body Like a Maserati video go off, everybody popping the bottles, the trailers from other movies that was coming out. Now the Biggie movie come on, now everybody's in pandemonium, clapping, cheering, shouting out Juelz. Like, this was like a super epic night. It was so epic because the way Els had it set up, he had the club set up kind of like a dining theater before they was doing the dining theaters, really. You know what I'm saying? Every seat had cups. Every seat had champagne, Patron. Everybody was comfortable because you couldn't smoke in the movie theater, so Els make sure we can, indulge and have a good time the right way. So he got the liquor license. We all sitting in the movie theater. And mind you, what was so dope about that moment, Juelz had people that was actually in the movie inside the theater with us. Angie Martinez, DJ Enough was Biggie's DJ. Red Cafe, he played the guy that was battling Biggie in the movie. Now, it's blowing my mind because I'm like, yo, Angie Martina is right behind me, DJ Enough right behind me. They popping rose, they sipping champagne, we watching them on the screen with them. This shit is out of control. Like, this shit is crazy now. Now, when Angie Park came on, everybody like, yo, Angie Mar was in there. When Enough Park come up, everybody just cheering. I was so mad because I invited my bro Charlie Black to the movies, and he was actually in it. So when his part came up, everybody was like, yo, look at Charlie Black. So I was like, oh shit, I'm texting him while I'm in the movie theater. I'm like, yo, bro, your part came up. Niggas is going crazy. This shit is lit. He like, yo, I had to babysit my daughter, man. Like, this shit crazy right now. I got Bree. Yo, bro, I know it's lit. I'm like, yo, I got the whole DOS in my section. Like, I'm late, like you lying. I'm like, yo, I got all the DOS, I got all the baddest bitches around me. They right in my lane. Everybody sitting where I'm sitting at. Juelz in front of me, Angie Martinez and DJ Enough are backing me. It's crazy and it's lit. So, and this is when we had BlackBerry, so everybody that basically had BBM that was connected to each other in the movie theater, everybody was just putting up at Juelz at Notorious movie premiere. It was lit in there, so the movie soundtrack is crazy, so everybody getting up, partying, singing and laughing, crying to whatever song was on. When the Juicy part came up, it was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Yo, it when everybody sung that shit word for word. It was just like, yo, like, I seen people crying tears of joy in there because the ambiance and the moment was so fucking perfect. It was perfect as the motherfucker in there. So we in the theater just enjoying the movie. Like I said, from the beginning to the end of the movie, all you heard was niggas left that shit wounded. When I tell you, when niggas threw it on that night, niggas came in minks, niggas came in they diamonds, they illest cars, bitches came with their hair, feet done. So it was, everybody came out wearing that shit that night, man. That night was so remarkable in that AMC theater. Nothing but blacks and Hispanic faces looking around, having a time of our life. We was just balling out. Like, I never did that in my life, to actually sip champagne in a movie theater with at least 112 people in the theater, and everybody's intoxicated off of champagne and having a good time, and they feeling the vibe and the movement and the moment at the time. Like, that shit was amazing. So everybody's emotions is running wild in the movie, because the Biggie movie took you on mad emotions from happy to sad, and it was just like, I got to sit there and watch that movie with DJ Enough and Angie Martinez. Like, Els outdid itself that night. He was sitting right in front of me in the chair in front of me at top on. So like, yo, you the man, bro. He just smiled at me. He was like, nah, we the man, nigga. We them niggas. I was like, you that nigga. He was like, nah, we them niggas. I was like, sure, you right. You know what I'm saying? Word. So the movie over. The last 4 minutes of the Biggie movie. You know somebody was gonna be hood. Somebody sparks up a blunt. Then somebody else sparks up a blunt. Then somebody else sparks up a blunt. Now you got motherfuckers walking out the theater sparking up blunts. It was like, the movie was so good, and the energy in there was so good that shit didn't even fade. Nobody even paid that shit no mind. Like, and everybody stumbling out there with bottles. Everybody still got 4 bottles of champagne. I'm telling you, the credits at the end of the movie was rolling. The niggas still got bottles. There's still bottles. We still walking out with cases of champagne. Like, Els overbought champagne. He just wanted to make sure everybody cups was full from the beginning to the end. Everybody had a good time. Complimentary popcorn, all that type of shit. Everything was lit. Everything was on Juelz that day, and he brought the city out. So afterwards, everybody taking pictures. I'm gonna post a pic on my Instagram page about that night. Everybody posting pictures and just everybody getting BBMs and just going crazy, and everybody singing Biggie songs a cappella, and it was just like, yo, from the beginning to the end of that night was just like beautiful. Like, it was like nothing blew that night. The only thing that I was mad about that my man Charlie Black couldn't witness that night, because we was talking about it for at least a month. we had enough time to preparate and invite and get our fits together. Everybody was just basically doing their thing. So everybody said goodbye, took pictures. At the time, it was a lot of people that was going back. Juelz was like, yo, everybody like telling like close friends and family, yo, come back to the studio. We gonna finish this shit at the studio. Still got wild bottles. The studio was like a club anyway. So it was just like, we gonna continue this night out. So we filled everybody car that was with us with the leftover champagne and Patron and what was ever left from the theater, and everybody getting on the highway, and everybody's headed to New Jersey to the studio. Now, like I said, everybody was lit, everybody was having fun. We had designated drivers because Rab don't drink, and everybody just having a good time. The guy that actually got the liquor for us, BMO, my man Nero, he was with him, and they was in the Aston Martin Vanquish. Me, Rab, Els, and John Depp was in the Bentley. Wow. Niggas just started racing on the highway. Now you got the Bentley Spur and the Aston Martin racing like sports cars on the fucking highway. Niggas got that, Rab had that shit moving like a Ferrari. We in a Bentley, niggas is racing, everybody on the highway. Everybody on the highway, you seeing Benzes, everything. Any car that you can think of that in '09 that was hot, it was on the road that night. So we racing, niggas racing on the highway, niggas getting closer and closer to the GWB. So now we coming across the GWB. Niggas is doing like everybody doing a buck something coming across the GWB. We get to like, just when you entering Teaneck, what happens? You start seeing flashing lights. So you just start seeing mad niggas getting off exits and pew, 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 just jetting. They couldn't catch everybody. Police, Teaneck police jump right behind me and Juelz. Pulled this over. Nero and them kept going. Like, the only car that got pulled over was Juelz's cars because they recognized the white Bentley. Like, at this time, Juelz had a fleet of fucking white cars, and they was always harassing us. If they see the Phantom or the Bentley or the Vet or the Z, everything was white. So, and even if you had a white car that was expensive at that time, you was going even virtually close to that studio, you was getting pulled over because they was thinking it was one of Juelz's cars. So they pulled us over, drawing their guns, take us out the car. You know what I'm saying? At the time, I think Juelz was on probation, so he had a little weed on him, and he had like $35,000 on him that he had took out the bank. He got his receipts and everything. He had like 35 bands that he had took out the bank in like a Louis satchel, like he had in like a Louis bag, and they looked at it. It was like, well, where you get all this money? He was like, I got my receipt, everything, my papers correct on that money and all that. So they pulled this out. Just before they pulled this out, I was like, yo, I got this weed. Damn, I was like, yo, just give me the weed. I'll take this charge. Just give me the weed. Fuck that. You on probation? Fuck it. I ain't in no trouble in Jersey, so just give me the weed, bro. So just before they had pulled this out the car, I had took the weed. So now they telling Els, take off your shoes. So I was like, I'm not taking off. It was like, take off your shoes. So he kicked his sneakers off. Everybody kicked their sneakers off. You know, whatever on the side of the road. They got us. It's freezing out there, and they searching the car, tearing the Bentley all up. Cars back up. Now it's like 5 or 6 cars on the highway. They searching us, put us in the back of they cop cars, and they take us to the precinct. Now, mind you, everybody's waiting at the studio for us. They locked me, Rab, Depp, and Juelz up because we was in a Bentley that got pulled over. So now they take us back to the precinct. Mind you, Rab still got his phone in his pocket. They was halfway searching niggas. The weed I had was so skunk. They was like, somebody got weed on them. take it out now, because if we find it, it's gonna be another charge. So I just took the weed out my pants and gave him the weed. And we was in the cell for like probably 2 or 3 hours. Me, Rad, Depp, and Els. We was in that shit. We was just laughing and joking. We was so happy that we had a successful night. You know what I'm saying? We wasn't really bothered about us getting arrested and shit. But I was so mad because it was this female that I had a crush on, and she was at the studio waiting for me after that, and I missed her because I got locked up. I was crushed. I was just like, yo, shorty back at the studio waiting. Yo, this could have been that night. We just laughing. We ain't even letting nothing phase us. They started to try to take Juelz money, but he pulled his receipts out the bag. Like, look, this was withdrawal. This morning. This. I just threw a big movie night for the city. Dutch and they had, yo, them officers were so upset they had to give that man back all them $100 bills. They couldn't even take his money. They was mad at that. So they process us, give us a court date, and they let us go straight from the precinct. So they let us out probably like 9 that morning. We go back to the studio and just roll up more weed and just talk about the crazy night we had. You know what I'm saying? We just was talking about like man, imagine throwing a movie premiere, the Biggie movie premiere, the day it come out, and you got Angie Marr, Mano in the building, Jim Jones, DJ Enough, Red Cafe, anybody you could think about that was lit around that time in '09. They was in that theater that night, and if you wasn't at that theater, you missed that. For real, like that shit was epic. At like L's birthday party when everybody got sued and booted at what club was that? Club Hero. Epic. Shout out to everybody that was involved with that. The '80s babies, Hollywood, Chuck, Bundy Crumb, everybody that came out to that shit. Like L's threw some epic nights, and he always gave back. That man was never selfish when it came to giving back or investing in his team. And I just had to share that story with y'all, man. Like, that night was so crazy. So much champagne, so much good energy. The energy was crazy. After that, I started seeing people start to do the movie nights after that, but I ain't been to a movie night like that since. Except for my birthday 2 years ago, I did a movie night when the Superfly movie came back out, the remake, and I rented the theater and I gave away champagne. I ain't had no liquor license, but I gave away some champagne though, and just to try to get that same feel that I got back from that night from Juelz, like man, imagine cases of champagne, a whole theater filled, the biggest theater in AMC. He booked it out. And nothing but good, positive vibes, watching a good classic film like the Notorious movie, man. Shout out to Juelz, free Juelz, man. Come home. I can't wait till you come home so you can throw some more big functions. Your coming home party is going to be crazy. Your welcome, it got to be crazy. It got to be, my nigga, because what you did for the city when you was on the top, you wasn't selfish with it, and that's what I miss about you the most, my nigga. I miss you dearly. Free Juelz Santana. Shout out to his kids. Shout out to Ma Dev. I know she gonna be watching this. Yo, like, I was just like an epic fucking night, man. Like, if you wasn't there, you missed out. Because I'm telling you, man, that theater was lit from the beginning to the end. All you heard was corks popping, beautiful females laughing, ball of niggas enjoying themselves, standing up in the crowd, dancing. It was a sight you had to see. It wasn't no more. It can't be no more epic than that, man. Sitting watching Angie Martinez with Angie Martinez, watching DJ Enough play his role on the movie with him the day it come out. So the first time they seeing a movie is with us, Ain't no more epic. Skull Gang for life. Shout out to Juelz Santana. Free Juelz Santana. Sorry for the wait for this episode, but I just had to wonder how I was gonna put this story together for y'all and let y'all know how that night was, man. Like, and then after that, get locked up racing foreign cars across the GWB, man. Like, man, like like I can't. I'm getting choked up because those moments only like come once in a lifetime. Something epic like that. And that was because of Juelz Santana. So shout out to everybody that came out that night, everybody that had something to do with putting that together, the Yandy Smith, the 80s babies, everybody that, yo, it was just lit. I'm just gonna tell y'all, man. And if you was there, you know it was lit and you had a beautiful time. So until next time, this is episode 28, Juelz Santana Notorious movie night. And this is Unkasa. Roll something, like something, smoke something, share something. Hit the like button, hit the subscription button. Episode 29 coming right after this. I'm not going to play with y'all for the 2020. And just thank you for subscribing and tuning in. And I know y'all be waiting for these stories, so I got to make the stories just as epic as y'all waiting for it. You know what I'm saying? Y'all not waiting on no bullshit. Y'all know I'm not dropping no bullshit. Ain't nothing but hot pies over here. Motherfucking hot pies. Nothing but that motherfucking positive internet energy. Until next time, I'm your boy Unkasa. This is Unkasa True Hip Hop Stories. I'm out. Free Juelz Santana. Come home soon, my nigga. I love you. You always did good by me. You always did good by whoever you was around, and made sure niggas looked at the way they need to look when it was time to get busy. For real. You never turned your back on your niggas. You always invested. Like, people don't know how much money and time you invested in that Skull Gang thing. So I'm not gonna let nobody ever think that Juelz is not a boss. Juelz is the boss to the 10th power. So, like I said, until next time, free my nigga Juelz Santana. Go download that anthem featuring me and Nino Man, Rich Rhymer. Yo, like I said, that Notorious movie night was incredible, man. You had to be there, man. You had to, man. Stacks and stacks of rosé, almost as tall as the motherfucking screen, man. For real, that's how we was doing it. Racing the Bentley and the Aston after, man. There nigga getting chased by police, man. Like, shit is remarkable, man. Like I said, till next time, I'm out. Unkasa True Hip Hop Stories. Let's get it.